Hey, freedom lovers, it's William Moore. You are watching Beyond the Ties That Bind. Thanks for joining me for this episode of the program. I pray that everyone is having as good of a day as you can possibly have, living under the shadow of tyranny and oppression that the federal government is casting across the country right now. Hopefully things will get better. I don't hold out too much hope though, because every time that I go to the grocery store now, I see more and more sheep wearing their mask, their government mandated mask, complying with the orders of their masters, not using critical thinking skills whatsoever. So anyway, I pray that we can avoid what's coming, what I feel is coming, and I am not stating that I know for sure something's coming, but I have a gut feeling, and things are somewhat pointing to some major, let's say, disturbances, some problematic situations coming up this fall. So, anyway, real quick, I want to talk about two new platforms that Beyond the Ties That Bind is on. Now, I woke up the other day, and of course, it wasn't one, it wasn't two, it wasn't three, it wasn't four, it wasn't five, it wasn't six, but it was actually 6 videos that had been removed in one day from YouTube because somebody gets their feelings hurt. Somebody is reporting every one of my videos. So, no longer can you do that. Why? Because I have 2 new platforms that Beyond the Ties That Bind is on. And they are censorship-free platforms. I can say whatever I want, and you can't report me and get me taken down, get any of my videos taken down. So I'm very excited about this. I don't think that I can talk about or mention the names of those platforms on YouTube without getting this video taken down. So I'm going to try and refrain from that. But I'm going to leave links in the description to the new platforms. BitChute! So anyway, the 2 new platforms. BitChute! Ooh, excuse me. Also, I had somebody write to me, and they were interested in my library. So maybe one day I'll have a show, and we will cover my library. Anyway, there's something else that I wanted to talk about real quick. I do feel that things are going to get much worse, especially with the way people are acting right now and doing everything that they're told to do by the mainstream media. We have the narrative changing. First, it was case fatality rates. We need to be scared about the amount of deaths. Then it was hospitalizations with case fatalities. Now it is just the cases alone. Even if they're asymptomatic, it doesn't matter. And they're pumping up those numbers because everybody who goes into the hospital for elective surgery, they have to be tested. PCR test, which PCR test cannot detect viral load and it cannot detect a specific strain. It can only detect RNA sequence. That's Dr. Kary Mullis, the developer of the PCR test, saying that, not me. So anyway, you've got a lot of people going for elective surgery now. People who their elective surgeries were put on hold because of the scamdemic or plandemic, whatever you want to call it, due to COVID-19. And so now they get tested. And of course, more tests means more positives. But there's a lot of false positives. They even say that. They say there's more than 50% false positives. That's Deborah Burke stating that. So, we can't even go by case numbers. They're just continually lying to us over and over and over again, trying to get everyone scared, live in fear. But I do believe I believe they have an agenda to crash the economy and bring about some major social unrest. Nothing like this summer. Much, much worse than this summer. Much worse than the riots we've already seen. So anyway, I want to tell everyone it's time to prepare. One of the things that I'll point out, Keystone. They have some great canned meat products, ground beef, roast beef. They have some other products, other varieties of the unclean sort that I don't get, but they do have a great shelf life. That's why I like Keystone. 3, 4, and even sometimes you'll find 5-year shelf life with Keystone products. This is their ground beef here. So another thing that you definitely want to stock up on is water. And also rice. Get yourself a lot of rice and get yourself a grinder, because you can make rice flour and then make bread. Also seeds, potatoes. Potatoes, really big. Person can live off of potatoes, and potatoes are really easy to grow. So water. Also, I mean, a lot of stuff that you can stock up on. Well, maybe you don't have to stock up on this. Okay, that was not what you were hoping it was. This is hyssop. And if you're not able to go to a doctor, you don't want to do a test, you don't want to have one of those tests, and you don't want to be a false positive, then stock up on hyssop, because this is one of the most powerful medicinal herbs out there. So you want this. You can get hyssop. I believe you can get it on Amazon, but I like going through Lucky Vitamin. When Lucky Vitamin has something that Amazon does not have, or vice versa. But anyway, good stuff right here. This is something you want to keep on hand, and during the winter months you can make a hyssop tea. Scripture says, cleanse me with hyssop, and this herb cleanses. Believe me, it does. So those are just a few things. Did want to show you something else. Well, what's that? Oh, sorry. I don't think that I was, that's not what I wanted to show you. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to show you either. Here it is. Okay, you definitely want to make sure that you have weaponry. Definitely. Now, everybody's not going to be able to afford one of these sweet puppies, but you're going to want to make sure that you have weaponry. Now, for the money, you cannot get a better, personal preference, of course, some people will make the argument for the 223 AR-15, but I love the AK-47. The round is great. Some people can make some good arguments for the 223. Personal preference, AK-47, and then also this baby here. Now, you've heard me talk about exit wounds before. This doesn't even leave an exit wound. This doesn't leave a wound. It leaves nothing behind. But anyway, if you do have the money to afford one of these, I highly recommend it. But anyway, I'm very excited about the new platforms, and I will leave links in the description. Please visit me over there. So far, the channels are doing well. I haven't really even advertised the channels much, but they're doing well. I have reposted some of the videos that YouTube's taken down. I'm going to, within the course of the next few weeks, every video that YouTube's taken down is going to go back up on these new platforms. And the person who's reporting me, you can't do anything about it. They're there. They're there for good. They can't come down. Why? Because it's censorship free. These two platforms believe in freedom of speech. So anyway, people, you might want to go over there now. There might be a video posted on one of those channels now, a new one. Until next time, this is William Moore for Beyond the Ties That Bind. Everyone prepare. Peace.